Hello students, myself Sumala Biradar. In this video, let's start discussion about birthday problem and birthday attack. Let's see what actually birthday problem means. Even for birthday problem, we are using one more word as a birthday paradox. Okay, birthday paradox or birthday problem, both are same. So birthday problem is very simple. Assume that you consider one room. In that you are having the, suppose n people are there. So that n may be 2 or 3. In that situation, all the 3 members may have the different birth date. Okay, so if you increase the number of people in a room, then that uniqueness varies. Okay, if I take the 10 people, yes, all 10 people's birthday may be different. If I take 100 people, yes, all 100 people birthday may be different here. So if I increase this n value, so in a room number of peoples are more, then there is the probability that someone has the same birthday as me. So that probability is maybe greater than or equal to 1 divided by 2 here. So now I'll make the probability. One assumption is here, the probability that person does not have the same probability as you is given as. So now here assumption is that person don't have the same birthday as the others here. So that person, if they having the unique birth date, so then probability is what? 1 minus 1 divided by 365. 365 means what? In a year we are having 365 days. Okay, so that's why you may have the birth date of anyone among this 365 days. So if my birthday is on 365th day, then what is the probability I'll get? 364 divided by 365. Remaining birthdays may be the others here. Okay, so in the same way, if they take the probability that none of n people have the same birthday as you, so you are the only one person and remaining all have the different birthdays. Okay, any number of the people may be there. So then it is 364 divided by 365 and it is the power of n here. So one more assumption. This is the assumption is what? So it is unique birth date and you are the only person having that birth date. Remaining all n people have the birth date that are different here. So now second probability here is that at least one person has the same birthday as you. Okay, one more person may have the same birthday as you. Then what is the probability? Probability is 1 minus 364 divided by 365 power n here. So now to solve that, as I told here, any number of large number of n peoples are there, then probability of the birthday may be it is greater than or equal to 1 divided by 2. So now with the help of that, I'll solve this expression using that. 1 divided by 2 equal to 1 minus 364 divided by 365 power n here. For n here, if you are solve this, then you will get the value for this one is what? So for that n value is 253 here. So this is the probability for what? If you are having the same birthday with another. If you are sharing your birthday with only one person, then probability is like this. If you want to share your birthday with more than one person here, then what is the situation here? Let's check the probability for that. That is, any two or more have the same birthday as yours. Then first, yours birthday, it is unique. That time it is what? 1 minus probability is 1 minus 365 divided by 365 into second person is having the birthday on the second day, then it is 364 divided by 365. Third person is having the birth date, then it is 363 divided by 365. It is repeated up to 365 minus n plus 1 divided by 365 here. So and also you have the assumption is what? Probability is greater than or equal to 1 divided by 2. That is equal to 1 divided by 2. If you solve this one, then you got the n value as a 23 here. So now half of the people if you are consider, then you'll get the probability of the having the same birthday as yours, that is the 23 here. So with n people in a room, then number of comparison is n square. So n people if it is there, then you have to make the comparison of n square here. Since so there are how many birth dates are available? That is 365 different birth dates are available. Then you have to make the match to find the point where n square becomes what it is. N square is equal to 365 or n equal to square root of 365. That is equal to 19 here. Okay, so this is Birthday problem or birthday paradox means what? 365 days you may get the unique birthday for all 365 peoples. Then if it is exceeds 366 person is birthday, then it has to be repeated here. So that's why while making the comparison you have to take the n square here. If you take the n square, then it is equal to 19 here. You may have the doubt, that is why madam is telling this birthday problem. Okay, so where it is related with the hash function. Wait, I'll tell. So for example, if hash function is there, h of x is the hash function. It is used for n bits. You want to calculate the message which contain n bits. For those n bits, if you want to find the hash value, okay, then how many hash values are possible? Then 2 to the power of n different hash values are possible for n bits. Okay, output for n, okay, n bits, you how many hash keys you will get? That is 2 to the power of n here. So if hash about, okay, that is, for example, if I take 2 to the power of n inputs, okay, then how many expected outputs you will get? That is square root of 2 to the power of n, that is equal to 2 to the power of n divided by 2 values. Then you may expect that collision may occur here. Okay, so if it is n square, then meaning of that one is very simple. 365 days it is okay. So 366th date you have to repeat here. In the same way, 2 to the power of n, you may get the different hash values. So input itself is 2 to the power of n. Then for that how many hash values you will get? No, that hash value may be repeated, then there may be expectation of collision here. How? Then question is how you will secure in that situation. Security is very simple. If it is n bit hash requires, then you have to break this 2 to the power of n by 2. Okay, collision you have to break here, and you have to secure n bit symmetric cipher has work factor of 2 to the power of n minus 1 here. If you are using the symmetric cipher encryption techniques, then it works for 2 to the power of n minus 1 factor. So for other methods, you have to break here. So for that, I'll take one example as a birthday attack. Alice computes. Now Alice want to send some message to Bob here. For that, first Alice computes the hash value for the message H, and it encrypts using the Alice signature. Okay, and that signature is contained what it is? It is S value. Result of the message hash value, which is signed with the Alice private. Okay, that is the private key. That is S now, and after that Alice will send the S and M to Bob here. S is what here? It is the hash value, and M is the message. These two are encrypted and it sends to Bob. How it is encrypted? It is encrypted with the sign of the Alice here. Now intention of the attackers is different. So now attackers selects an evil message. It is bad message. They may ask some amount from the Alice, okay, or they may be asked for some properties here. So they want that signature in those messages. So that time what is the such type of the messages we call as a evil message, and that attacker wants Alice to sign here. So Alice forcibly, Alice don't want to, so Alice is not willing to sign such type of the messages. If it is evil message, Alice is not ready to sign it. Then attackers, what they will do? Attacker generates 2 to the power of n divided by 2 variants of innocent messages. Innocent messages are good messages, and common messages which are signed by Alice here. Okay, all have the same meaning as I. So now all these messages have the same meaning. What are the message I is having now? So remaining all also have the same meaning, but variation in the message is there. As you know that if you make the any variation in the message, even if you are at the simple white space, then also what are the hash value you will get now? That hash value it is different here. So this advantage is utilized by the attackers here. So now attackers creates in the same way, attackers creates 2 to the power of n divided by 2 variants of evil message. I is here innocent message, E is here evil message, but their hash value is once again it is differ here. By the birthday problem. So from the problem you already know that there is the chances of repetition of the birth date here. So attacker can expect to find a collision. Attacker using that problem as a brute force attack. So now attackers know that is some of the hash, okay, some of the messages may have the same hash value. That concept is known by attacker here. So that is what we call as a birthday problem. Using that concept, now what this attackers will do, attackers will find the, for this message, E is evil message and I is your innocent message. For these two message, what are the hash value will get? No, that hash value is same now. Okay, they will try and they will get the such type of the messages here. So in that situation, given such as a collision, attacker sends. So now when the attackers will try, okay, they will make the brute force attack and they will get to know that for this innocent message, okay, what are the hash key will get? No, same hash key it is generated for this evil message also. In that situation, attackers will send this innocent message to allies and ask allies to sign it. Yes, allies is willing to sign it because it is an innocent message. So what allies will do now? Allies will sign it and returns, okay, that signed message. Okay, this is your innocent message and this is the hash value of the innocent message to attackers here. So it is not known by that this is the message is sent by the attackers. Okay, allies will think that some genuine user is sending the message here because it is common message it is there. Now after that what attackers will do now? Attackers will access that. Okay, so what are the hash value for this innocent message is there? No, same thing you will get for this hash value here. So it follows that with the help of that concept as a collision, it retrieve the, okay, signature of the allies. Consequently, attacker has obtained the allies signature on the evil message also. In this way, indirectly, so now the civil message is having the signature of the allies because both are same here and collision is occurred here. Okay, so this is the what we call as a birthday attack here. How will prevent this attack? Choose a hash function for which n the size of the hash function output is so larger that attacker cannot compute this hash here. If it is greater than 2 to the power of n by 2, then it is highly impossible for the attacker to repeat this birthday attack here. So this is the solution for this birthday attack problem here. You have to choose the okay, hash function output in such a way that it must be greater than 2 to the power of n by 2. Okay, so this is what we call as a birthday problem or birthday attack here. Is it clear now? Okay, thank you.